All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another exciting episode of Zero Dark Nerdy, the world's most notorious podcast. This is your boy Brian, a.k.a. El Nino, and today I'm joined with...
Nicole.
We'll get you an a.k.a. eventually.
We're going to get an a.k.a., but
you gotta work on it.
Okay.
So...
Sorry, I can't take 5 minutes of airtime just to go right.
Critical.
Hey, that was the old multi-pop rule. This is the new shit.
We get very few. Ryan Saber, Captain Cleveland Browns, Cavs, Indians, Bake Show Season 2 starts this week. Prepare yourself. CLE till I die.
Football season is back, and we are excited. Make sure you check out our last couple episodes. Obviously, Saba's still doing the water cooler.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome sports podcast. He did the NFL preview.
At WC Sports Pod.
Boom. They did the NFL preview, sneak peek.
College football.
And then quarterbacks, too, right?
We did a quarterback power ranking, which is actually, it's crazy because we put that out a few weeks ago, and Ryan Russillo, who's on The Ringer, who used to be on ESPN, just did one this week.
Really?
Yeah, so he's been doing it for years, though, so I'm not going to act like we invented that. But,
but still.
We have more episodes coming. Be prepared. Luke and I, like I said, I believe I said a couple episodes ago, shout out to Luke Crocker. We have a schedule planned through the beginning of February, so expect 7 episodes every 10 weeks.
There you go. And we combined and did a little collab episode, last week or the week before, favorite NFL or favorite football movies in general. So make sure you check that out if you haven't listened to it yet. But today, we're going to be talking about music, specifically remixes, going back to the 90s. Diddy's the one that says that he invented the remix, but we'll have that discussion a little bit. But we're going to cover everything from, 90s hip-hop to the current days. So we'll go ahead and kick this off with...
Let Nicole go first.
Yeah, with Nicole.
Ladies first.
Ooh, ladies first.
I'm pretty sure you
it's
guys...
the first time I've ever been accused of that.
Well, it's not a bad accusation, so... remixes. I'm a white girl, so I like Beyonce.
Get out.
Her flawless remix with Nicki Minaj.
I must be a white girl, too, because I love Beyonce.
Okay, represent.
You're right.
We probably love her for different reasons, but I still love her.
Maybe the same.
She's a performer.
Is she?
Yes.
Have you not seen Homecoming on Netflix?
I thought this was going somewhere else.
No. This isn't Jordan.
She is a fantastic performer, though.
Mm-hmm.
Realness. Jay-Z.
Okay.
Money, Cash. Money, Cash.
Oh, that's nice. Good one.
1999.
That's right.
Remix with DMX, Memphis, Bleak, and
Benny Siegel. Beans.
Yes. And then my last, which is a more current one.
Okay.
Eminem, Chloroseptic remix featuring 2 Chainz and Fresher. It's awesome.
2 Chainz.
Yes.
For a while there, anytime I would hear 2 Chainz.
Would you like me to re-say his name?
Please do.
Really? I'm not going to put you through that. So.
He is just funny as hell, man. I love some 2 Chainz. Love some 2 Chainz. So is that your list right there?
Those are my list. That's my list. Those are my
I have a pretty small list as well, so maybe I'll go next.
Not a problem.
I think first and foremost, probably the first remix that I remember. This song came out in 1995. Okay. The original was by a group called Luniz from Oakland, California.
Ooh.
They had a song that really it's their biggest hit to date. It's what they're known for. It's called I Got 5 on it. They did the Bay Ballers remix with all the other late 80s and early 90s rappers from Oakland and San Francisco. So you have Drew Down, Shock G.
Oh, nice.
From Digital Underground, and the Humpty Hump character was in it as well. Richie Rich, E40, Spice One. So it was really, an ode to that late 80s, like I said, early 90s Bay Area rap. And I love that. We used to, my friends and I, from a small suburban town on the east side of Cleveland, I remember us spending lots of time with that song on repeat. Second one. My next 2 are actually, you talked about Diddy. These are bad boy remixes. The G-Dep Special Delivery remix.
Ooh, good one.
It came out in, I believe, 2002.
That sounds about right.
It was on the We Invented the Remix album.
Cocky much?
Right.
The original came out in 2001. It was on G-Dep's album, Child of the Ghetto.
Okay.
Great get. I never owned that, but I'm sure it was a wonderful album. Ghostface, Keith Murray, Craig Mack, Diddy. Keith Murray was fresh out of jail.
Oh, God. Well, when isn't he fresh out of jail?
Yeah, right. And Ghostface was on his whole Supreme Clientele, Bulletproof Wallets, solo rise to really who he is today. So, it's an outstanding song. The video is great. It's very, it's black and white. It's grainy. They really recaptured the success of my number one song. And what I will say is that this is the remix that I think reclaimed the title, the crown for remixes for Bad Boy. And, the song that claimed the crown, my number one, is the original remix. I think this is the one that when you think of hip hop remixes, it is the, you guys use the word quintessential. When I listen back to our episodes, you and Jerry use quintessential a lot. So it's in my mind now. The quintessential hip hop remix, Craig Mack, Flavor in Your Ear.
Excellent.
I think, first and foremost, does anybody listen to the original? Do you listen to the original with just Craig Mack?
I mean, I have the Craig Mack CD still, but it's never the original. It's a remix.
When you hear the song come on, it's the remix, and I think that's most important. It was released in 94. It earned a Grammy nomination in 95. Mm-hmm. It peaked at number 1 on the on the Billboard Hip Hop Music Chart. Puff has called it the song that really put Bad Boy on the map, which I think is important.
I agree.
LL Cool J, Busta Rhymes, and obviously Biggie. And then there was another random gentleman, a member of the Flip Mode Squad. I can't think of his name. Rampage. That's right, mm-hmm. Rampage. But yeah, the one and only Notorious B.I.G. obviously opens the song.
Oh, God, yeah.
And it's outstanding. And, it became... It's a definitive song of an era. Yeah. And it really helped to revolutionize the remix as we know it today. So
couldn't agree more. I mean, the beat itself, when the original came out with just Craig Mack, I'm like, wow, what a great beat. What?
The Bottles.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Bad Boy. Yeah. The intro from the Warriors.
I know we had to do a remix, right?
But, just a fantastic beat, and that is definitely one of my favorite ones. My list is a little lengthy here. I think it's just the nostalgia in me from growing up and DJing.
You are a DJ.
So
DJ El Nino.
DJ El Nino. Every now and again, you catch me at the Boiler Room, a.k.a. McGee Street.
Q Lounge.
No, I don't think Q Lounge is open.
No. They closed it?
Well, you should know. You're the one
Were you upset when that happened? I heard a little quiver in your voice.
I got a little something for you. Here. So I'm going to start off with 2 of the longest remixes that I remember. First and foremost, Black Rob Woe, coming in at 8 minutes and 17
seconds. That was long.
Seconds.
I remember that.
It is very long. It's long to the point where even where Diddy comes on and he's like, "Oh, you thought it was over," and then he brings in like the Bad Boy New School,
Loon.
Yeah.
I think G-Dep was on that one.
Oh yeah.
Too.
So I'll go down the list. So of course Black Rob's on it. The song starts off with Raw Digga. Lil C's comes on. G-Dep, Da Brat, Benny Siegel, Joe Hooker. Puff Daddy, of course, P.D. Pablo, and the Mad Rapper.
P.D. Pablo.
Yep, North Carolina's very own P.D. Pablo.
Jesus.
I think there was a Raise Up remix, wasn't there, too?
Oh, there was.
He did all the states, right?
Yeah. No. Wasn't that Welcome to Atlanta, and then they did, Welcome to
right, but
St.
I think
Louis.
P.D. Pablo did the same thing, though, but it was Welcome to, or, they're trying to capitalize on it. That one was produced by Buck Wild, 99, same year, 99, second longest remix. The Simon Says remix by Pharaoh Monta. Coming in at 6 minutes and 15 seconds.
Well, you weren't kidding when you told me you got deep on these.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We're going Pharaoh Monarch on this.
Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah. This is just a start, too. It has Lady Luck on it, Redman, Method Man, Shaban Sadiq, and Busta Rhymes, of course. Busta Rhymes is in a lot of these remixes, by the way. That's why he's one of my top 5 favorite rappers of all time.
Because he's like he was like the hype man of the late 90s, early 2000s. You know what I mean? You would bring him on, he would immediately, you're like, oh, Busta's on that shit? Okay. Turn that up.
And then, moving forward just a little bit, another one with Busta Rhymes on it. This one is kind of the Stick Up Kid anthem. 2000 MOP Annie Up remix. So still one of my favorites. It's actually in Saba's favorite movie, You Got Served.
It's funny. I just watched that.
No.
That's the no. That's
Would you watch Honey instead?
No, the one with Stomp the Yard's the one I just watched. Hey, if you haven't seen Stomp the Yard in a while, it stands the test. No. Yeah, it's the step lines. No, it's not drum line.
Not drum line. Sorry, I'm glad we don't have that on video. He knows his dance movies apparently.
Yeah, I do.
We still got to do that romantic comedy episode.
Stomp the Yard's rewatchability is high.
But yeah, that one, Busta Rhymes, Teflon, I can't even pronounce it right now, and Remy Martin's on it. The video is just fantastic. I think it's got like over 24 million hits on YouTube. And then just going to kind of like go down the line here a little bit. 2002, Nas Made You Look remix with Ludacris and Jadakiss. This was, awesome because it was not just on the Godson album, but this is like in between his beef with Jay-Z. So he's kind of like, you could tell lines are being drawn and they're bringing people onto their own remixes or whatnot. So this one's good, produced by Salim Remy, who actually produced the Amy Winehouse song In My Bed that uses the exact same beat. Mm-hmm. So if you haven't checked out In My Bed, that's actually on Amy Winehouse's Frank album, which is her first official debut before she did Back to Black. Besides that, just kind of firing them off here in 97, all about the Benjamins remix. Mm-hmm. What you want to do. You want to be ballers, shot callers. Yeah.
I think they did a video for that too, right?
Oh, yeah, they did. And it was, you know what, the one thing I don't like about that song, though, is when Biggie comes in at the end, they flip the beat. It's not the same beat.
Yeah, you're right.
So...
But I liked the Been Around the World remix better than the All About the Benjamins.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. No, not me. That one didn't even make my list.
It's okay.
That's all right.
You're allowed to
agree to disagree.
I know I'm not a DJ, but I do like music.
I do what I can with what I got. Don't rush to go see me.
I'm pretty impressed with your list. It's like in chronological order.
And it just kind of went down through nostalgia. And, we did the 90s episode, and some of this has been brought up before. That's why I don't want to spend too much time on it. 95, Shook Ones Part 2, Mobb Deep. A lot of people know that beat from Eminem on 8 Mile. Mm-hmm. That's the one that he rips it over on the freestyles, produced by Havoc. 2015, one of the more current ones, actually probably the most current one I got. Maybe that's 2005. I probably fucked the date up. Either way, it's still pretty current. The Get By remix. Talib Kweli, Kanye West, Mos Def, and Jay-Z.
That's 05.
Produced by Kanye. Yeah, so that's 05, not 2015. And then, so these 4 are like my top 4 all-time favorites. You already said Craig Mack Flavor in the Year. That's my number 1. Yeah. 1994. Sold 1 million copies, produced by Easy Mo B. The same year, 94, we get Method Man, Mary J. Blige, All I Need to Get By remix, especially the Razor Sharp remix produced by the RZA.
That's another one where you don't even listen to the original.
Exactly. And the original's on the Tikal album, and it's still a good song, but the one with Mary J, though, that's how it's known. Won a Grammy, sold over 800,000 copies. And then 95, the very next year, and you covered this on our soundtracks episode on the show soundtrack, the How High remix. Yeah. Method Man and Redman.
Excuse me as I kiss the sky. Fingers on the sixpence, the pocket full of rye.
I mean, it was their first collaboration together, first of many, many more to come.
That show soundtrack is phenomenal.
It's so good. I popped in the CD today. And I have a 2013 MacBook Pro, so it still has the CD drive on there.
Jesus.
Because I wanted to make sure.
2013 my ass.
It's got the tape player, cassette player adapter to it. And then one of my favorites, which is more kind of like a street banger. It's really, really grimy. It's 1995 LL Cool J, the I Shot You remix. Came out with a video. The beat just hits hard as hell. I've actually listened to the original once or twice. It's okay. But on this one, you got Keith Murray, probably fresh out of prison again.
Yep. Actually, I think he was on his way to prison that time.
We love you, Keith Murray. Stay out of prison, please. Prodigy, Fat Joe, and Foxy Brown. So a little Il Mama was on it. This was on the Mr. Smith album.
That's your nick. That can be your AKA.
Il Mama?
Il Mama.
Il Mama.
And that's how it was born.
Date it. September, 6th, 7th? 2019, she gets her stage name.
Il Mama.
But yeah, on the Mr. Smith album, which was one of his more, fan favorite ones, it's got, especially for the ladies, got Hey Lover on it, Doing It, Loungin'. I mean, those are 3 bangers right there.
I listen to Doing It on the way here.
You probably wake up to Doing It.
It just gets me pumped up. And I love that. I think back to the video. Just that's a great song. Love it.
So that's my list right there. Before we get into albums and artists that are either coming out or have come out this year, we're going to take a quick little commercial break for our boy Andrew Newman, attorney at law. We'd like to take the time to thank one of our sponsors, Andrew Newman, attorney at law. Located here in Greensboro, North Carolina, he can assist you with your criminal as well as traffic violations, and his practice includes Guilford, Forsyth, as well as all surrounding counties. To set up a free consultation, you can contact him at 336-663-2388, and you can also visit him on his website, attorneynewman.com.
Okay.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. The lovely Nicole here is going to talk about some one or two remixes that she's not a fan of.
Not a fan.
And we'll go from there.
You know, I really love Post Malone. Don't hate. I love Post Malone, but his remixes for Congratulations and Wow are awful.
You're going to crush Post Malone.
Let me tell you the reason why.
He just released a new album.
I know.
It's getting a lot of love.
Yeah.
So the remixes, the reason why I don't like them is because he's got awesome progression.
Okay.
So as his music, or as his songs go on, I love them even more. So basically these remixes take the good verses out and then replace them with rappers that are unoriginal.
Sure,
you know?
Sure.
Yeah.
Like Wow was done by Roddy Ricch and Tyga.
Right.
Not a fan. Not a fan.
How's Tyga still around? Is he still doing the Kardashians?
He's only legit because of the Kardashians.
And he has a baby with somebody, I think, that's
Another
like
person,
an Instagram
yeah.
model.
Oh, God.
You know.
I mean, you gotta get around,
well, we didn't
right?
make a fan of Tyga just now, so oh well.
And then Congratulations was remixed with Quavo and Future.
Ugh.
You know, Quavo was in the original, fine.
Right.
Future, I like Future, but I did not like the remix.
That noise you just made was just complete disgust. Was that for Quavo, Future, or a combination
It was a combination
of the two?
of all three,
Okay,
to
got
be
it.
quite honest
Got
with
it.
you.
We have someone here who's more of an old school rap
Yes,
artist
clearly.
aficionado.
No, I like some new ones. Don't get me wrong, but those three are not in my top 5 new rappers or newish rappers. Let's just say.
So fuck Post Malone and his
No,
remixes.
I didn't say fuck Post Malone. I said fuck his remixes. I love Post Malone.
Listen,
I think he's an adorable teddy bear.
They crush me for liking Post Malone. So
I like it.
I like what he does. I think what he does is.
I think he's different. He's got a different sound, and I like it.
See, where
oh
has she been?
God.
I see
Oh,
Mateo
and then
sitting
the
down there.
fist.
Post Malone love up here.
Matthew
man.
down there has to be rolling his eyes.
He is.
I want to set up a
He's
fourth mic right now.
purposely not listening. Shout out to Mateo.
I like him. I like him a lot.
Mayonnaise Squad. Isn't that what Charlemagne the
That's
God
what
calls
Charlemagne
him?
calls
Mayonnaise
him,
Squad?
Yeah. Charlemagne does not like Post Malone.
No, at all.
So, gone into the remixes that I did not appreciate, but there is something that I would like to see.
Yes,
song.
yes, like a wish list.
A wish list.
I like
Okay,
that.
I like
I like
this.
So I would like to see something similar to Collision Course because I fucking loved that album.
Yes.
It's
Great album.
Yeah, the Jay-Z and the
Jay-Z
and
Linkin Park.
Linkin Park. That
Yeah.
shit is awesome.
Love it.
Yeah.
And I think it's very inventive. I think it's very fresh, and there's really just
I'm really surprised they didn't do more of
More.
I
MTV
agree.
didn't do more
I
of those because the
agree.
great thing about that album is when you bought it, like it came with
It came with a DVD.
the DVD of the live show version they did of
Yep. And how they made it.
the studio tracks, and it was fucking outstanding.
It is.
Like, did you watch the DVD?
I will now.
So
but
you
I'll
need to
borrow it.
watch
I
it.
have
So it's really, really good because it's just kind of a Linkin Park concert, and they're doing some of their songs, and halfway through, so maybe 2 or 3 songs into the concert, you see like this camera like behind the stage, like in the back, following somebody, and you can't really tell who it is. And then they basically, as right before he gets to the stairs on the stage, they break the beat down to one of Jay-Z's songs, and they show him coming up, and the crowd doesn't even know Jay-Z's going to be there.
Yeah.
And he just comes out and starts doing Brush Your Shoulders Off. And it's a phenomenal DVD. It's
just
great.
gave me chills.
Yes.
I love it. I love the whole album. I listened to it several times actually before I came here, so which I thought was fucking awesome. So something like that would be great.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Maybe some mashups because I have some.
But is there any like particular Collision Course you would like to see as far as bands and artists?
Yes.
So which?
Oh,
which
Here
ones?
it is. She's
Yeah.
getting into
So
it.
maybe like Drake and Santi Gold, because you know
I love Santi Gold.
The two sounds are completely different
Love her.
genres, but it worked.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, real good.
Or Kanye West and Taylor Swift.
Oh, God.
That one I probably would want to see even more, not because it would sound good, but because of the relationship between the two of them, or lack thereof.
Right.
Like Kanye and his medicine.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a relationship that needs to happen.
You know, Kanye and his medicine is different than whatever the fuck is going on right now.
I don't care what he's on or off, because he's off it. But him and Taylor Swift, I would love to see that.
I think that would be a commercial success. I think
that
I would listen to it.
Yeah. I don't know why the whole beef between the two of them started.
Because he came on stage and fucking embarrassed her because Beyonce didn't win an award.
But why the fuck?
Because he's crazy.
Yeah, he is crazy.
Yeah.
And then I think she was what, like 13? I don't even know. I'm just spitballing here, but
she was probably like 17.
Right.
Can you imagine though?
Oh yeah, stealing your thunder.
One of the biggest stars in the world coming on stage and being like, "Fuck you! You shouldn't have won this award."
Right.
Like Jay-Z and Beyonce
and
are
she's from
sitting
the fucking
there,
South too,
yeah.
so you know she was like, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah. Yes, she was.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
She's a sweetheart.
She did.
Took it like a champ.
She is very commendable
I
for
like
doing that,
Taylor
because I would have gone off on him. I would have. The police would have been involved.
Hey, crazy Kanye.
Yeah.
We'll leave the light on for you, buddy.
Anyway, so you guys should do an album.
Those are some good ones right there, man.
They are
if you wanted a collision course style, like what do you think?
I was really worried that you were gonna do this.
You know I'm gonna do it, because now I'm trying to think of one too as I ask you the question.
I don't know. I think what I will say is I would like a whole album with like Black Thought, Mos Def.
Nice.
Bring them back.
Like them together being featured on every song, and then bring in relevant rappers.
Yeah.
Maybe a little Drake, maybe a little Jay-Z.
Right.
Maybe a little Kanye, different producers.
Right.
I would love to have an album that just featured Black Thought and Yasin Bey.
I like it. I'm a big fan of Girl Talk and Danger Mouse, two DJs and producers that love to mash stuff up. Obviously, Danger Mouse gave us the Gray album, where it was Beatles and Jay-Z Black album. And then, I forgot the one he did after that, but he's also on Gnarls Barkley, does a lot of shit, but I guess if I had to pick one, now I'm like trying to think, because I'm writing down Danger Mouse and
That
Girl
was
Talk.
good.
Oh,
The Drake and Santi Gold one for sure.
The Drake and Sandy Gold's great.
That is, because she's crazy. You know what I mean? Like,
got
it's
the
just like,
dance
she's like
music
MIA.
a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah. They're very similar in styles and dialect too.
It's good.
Shit. It was on the tip of my tongue. But no, I actually have one mashup album that I really, really love, and I need to get it to you guys. So it's called The Tales of Chico Sandusky or something like that. So it's the not the White Stripes, the Black Keys mashed up with Big Boy.
Akron, Ohio.
Yeah, there you go. With mashed up with Big Boy from Outkast. So
that sounds awesome.
It's two particular albums. I can't remember them off the tip of my head. And I can't remember the name specifically, but it's something Chico Sandusky, and it's just an album. I forgot who produced it, but the guy put it out for free. And it's just Big Boy lyrics to Black Keys, instruments and everything else. And it is phenomenal.
Yeah.
So I'd love to see more stuff like that. I'd love to see
I love mashups.
The newest one that I really enjoyed, actually, and we talked about Phanogram earlier. They did an album with Big Boy called Big Grams, where it was Phanogram.
You guys have talked about this, I think. I still haven't heard it.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good. I'd love to see them do an album, do Phanogram, and I guess Run the Jewels would be a next album I'd like to see, called Run the Grams or something like that. Yeah. You're welcome. I'm a TM and copyright that shit.
Run them grams.
Run the Grams. And both of them actually have 2 new albums coming out. Phanogram number 4 is coming out, and RTJ 4 is coming out, hopefully by next month. So very, very excited about that.
Yes, you are. Actually, the
I'm
smile
smiling
on your
ear
face.
to ear right now. I wish I was videoing this, but our video quality is not great.
Speaking of new albums coming out.
Yes.
So I'm anticipating a couple. One of them is Rihanna, because I fucking love her. No matter which way, I love her.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Up, down, sideways.
Anyway. I'll take any part of it.
Upside down. Give it to
Inside out.
She, her album has not confirmed the release date, but since Anti, which was released 2016, I've been looking forward to it because Anti gave me so much to look forward to. I love that album.
Love her. I love her too.
And Gideon, which is coming out October 11th. They're a Christian metalcore. Don't judge me.
No, you're good. I like Gideon.
Gideon is awesome.
Yeah.
And their release date is currently October 11th. They just released their new single, Take Me.
Okay.
So I'm really looking forward to the album because of that. Gideon.
Yeah, well,
I feel like
we have a metal
before.
episode coming out, so I'll make sure to add you to that.
Yeah, I know. I love
Maybe
metal.
Jordan's talked about them or
Love
something.
metal.
I feel like
There's a lot of actually really good like metal Christian bands out there. People, it's not always like gospel music. I mean,
you know what? And they try to do like a lot of their concerts. They'll do their
don't give me that look.
playing Christian metal in between your Blanco Brown Little Nas X sets.
Go fuck yourself.
They'll do their little Christian thing at concerts, and people are just like blah. But after they start, it's so fucking heavy and it's so fucking awesome
I value your opinion.
Way more than mine, so that counts for something.
Well, I mean, what else do you say? I mean,
from Il Mama.
That's right, from AKA Il Mama.
All right,
do I have to talk about new albums?
Here's the problem. It's up to you.
Here's the problem. The sign that you're getting old is that everything you hear that's new sounds like fucking garbage. So I think this is happening. Like
I agree.
My wheelhouse is like 85 to about 2010, and it's funny because I was riding in an Uber a couple weeks ago. I know who Chance the Rapper is. Right. I have heard a lot of Chance the Rapper.
I like Chance the Rapper
music. Mm-hmm. I'm riding in the car, and my Uber driver's a young kid or whatever, and we're driving. I mean, I'm drunk or whatever, and I'm sitting in the back. Yeah, he was driving. I'm sitting in the back, and I'm bobbing my head. I'm like, man, this shit is good. I'm like, who is this? He's like, it's Chance the Rapper. And I'm just like, I'm old as fuck. Like, I'm old. So I think there are artists that I like that are relevant today. I like a little bit of Drake. I like J. Cole. Recently, and I'm self-admittingly getting on this guy late is Logic. Nice. So anything that that comes out from those three guys, really love it. But J. Cole, anything from J. Cole is
North Carolina's very own.
Yeah, so that's where I'll go with that. So I'm not looking for anything specific, but those guys, if they put something out, I'll listen to it.
Kendrick Lamar is a really good one too.
Yeah.
His music is not the best, but his
those
style,
are fighting words to some people.
Oh yeah.
Well, some of his music, like the background music, you have music and you have verses,
right?
So his verses,
right. He's got bars for days. We know that.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Music could use a little bit of.
I don't disagree with you. I mean, I'm not the largest Kendrick fan.
Yeah. And the reason why I say that is because his song "Humble."
Yeah.
I didn't really get down with the song, so I listened to a cover song by Our Last Night.
Okay.
So awesome.
Of that song?
So awesome. That song, yes.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
There's like a, on YouTube, a channel I follow that's like the BBC or something like that where they bring in artists, popular artists, to cover other popular artists' songs. Like they had Khalid do a cover of Tracy Chapman's Fast Car.
Oh, wow.
They do a lot of different things. Like
I
want to pull it up right now and look at it, but shit, I should have had that ready because that's really good. But anyway, just keep talking.
We should
I'm going to look for it.
We should do a podcast on covers because I think that there's a lot of people that
That's
redo
true.
very popular songs
I am
that are
subscribed
unrecognized.
to them.
That's true. We'll probably need to bring in the whole gang like Voltron on that one.
So
once we love press play and all, but we need a little bit more room to roam. We can't get all six of us.
Right.
It's just BBC Radio. You follow it on Face or on YouTube or whatever, and they have a lot of artists that come in and actually do live music, but they have a lot of artists that come in and do covers as well. They had Sam Smith come in and cover Whitney Houston, How Will I Know?
Wow. I'm sure I'd probably
a lot of different things.
Love that.
A lot of different things. It's really
Sam Smith has such a soulful
love Sam Smith. Love him. So yeah,
he's
check
a modern
that
day
out.
Otis Redding.
Check that out.
Love that dude.
I love Otis Redding too.
Oh, yes, so
phenomenal.
Yeah, we need to do some oldie shit
Yes,
for all of our fans that were born before
we got to hit all the
1960.
demographics. They're like, how do you listen to your podcast? What time does it come on again?
I never have to worry.
Public access television?
I never have to worry about my parents hearing me talk this way.
Well, no, even Flathers for the longest time, he's like, so what time do you guys come on? I'm like, anytime you fucking want. Like, just download Spotify or iTunes or anything. Like, you can listen anytime you want.
This isn't the radio.
Right.
We're on drive time, 9 to 11. Yeah.
3 a.m. to 5 a.m.,
Walmart
baby.
time.
Killing it.
Shout out to Stumblestick.
So that's going to do it for this episode of Remixes, music, and whatnot. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Make sure you check us out on our website. It is popculturepodcast.com, courtesy of our good friends over at Zibster. That is Zibster. These guys are fantastic when it comes to website and SEO services, so make sure you check them out. They're not just local. They do nationwide, across the world. Really great work. And, of course, Andrew Newman, attorney at law, Yes Weekly, Four Saints Brewery, everybody. Yeah, that's what we got.
Thank you.
We'll check you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah! Victory!
And anger management?
Fuck anger management.